Okay, so I have tried to record this video at least 5 or 6 times, but the service was bad. It just was not working. I am now home and I am putting this video out here. It is that serious. I had the worst experience ever with Nannette, the organizer of La Puente Live. I should be working right now at La Puente Live, but I'm not. I'm recording this video because it is very important that I let all my vendor friends know about the bad experience that I've had, and hopefully you will not have to go through what I went through with Nannette, the organizer of La Puente Live. Let's start from the beginning. I emailed La Puente Live, let them know who I was, what I do, and that I would like to be a vendor at their market. I let them know that I operate out of a 10x6 mobile trailer, and I gave them a little background on just my experience as a vendor. I get an acceptance email saying that they approve me and that I could vend today, Friday, at La Puente Live. So I show up and I speak with a gentleman who tells me to park my vehicle off to the side until it's time to start to come in and start unloading for the market. Well, I never spoke with Nannette, never knew who a Nannette was, didn't know what she looked like. Anyway, this woman walks up, she smiles, we all smile back because we're standing in a line. We're standing in a new vendor's line. So the people that are coming into the market, they're permanent vendors. They do this every Friday, but I'm a new vendor and I just so happen to be in line with one of my vendor friends who was new as well. So we're in line just chatting and whatever, talking about the day. Nannette, who I did not know at the time was Nannette, walks up and says, whose truck is this? And I'm like, oh, that's my truck. You can't be here. You're blocking my traffic. You need to move this truck now. Whoa. I'm like, okay, no worries. I'll move my truck. So I move my truck. She's like, yeah, don't you ever park there again. I'm like, okay. I already know in my mind that I am dealing with a rude and unprofessional market organizer. And I have seen that type of personality one time too many. So I already know I'm not coming back. I'm going to stay at this market. I'm going to let the people of La Puente know about Whiffs on Wheels, and then I'm never coming back to this market because I didn't like her attitude. She was very nasty. She was very unprofessional. I knew it wasn't for me. However, I had driven over an hour. I was there and I was going to make the most of it. So I move my vehicle and I go back to the line. She tells me, follow me. I'm like, okay, she's on one. This is one of those mean girls. She's on one. Do you? I'm here to do what I'm going to do. And then I'm never coming back, like I said. So I'm following her all the way around the event. She's giving out spaces to other vendors. And throughout this walking around process, she asked me at least 3 or 4 times, oh, what do you sell again? I'm like, candles. We walk a little bit. What do you sell again? Candles. She must have asked me that at least 3 or 4 times. I don't know if she was being cute or she genuinely had memory loss. I don't know. But she must have asked me about 3 or 4 times what I was selling. So finally we get to my spot and she says, okay, put your tent right here. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have a tent. I have a trailer. You can't have a trailer. I said, what? I can't have a trailer. I sent pictures and told you this is what. No, we don't have trailer. You cannot have a trailer. Who approved you? I said, I don't know who approved me, but I have the email. Let me see the email. So I pull up my email and I'm reading to her where it says, hello, I'm Tina Renee. I have a mobile candle boutique. It's a 10x6 trailer, blah, 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 blah. And I have the follow-up email that says I'm approved. Yeah, you're approved, but your trailer's not approved. I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. She said, you're approved, but we didn't approve your trailer. We said you could come. We did not say your trailer could come. I'm like, well, what would I expect when I send you pictures of my trailer, tell you that I operate out of a trailer, and you tell me I'm approved? How else would I receive that? Well, I don't know, but you can't. I'll let you do it this time, but you can't come back with this. So I immediately asked, is that City Hall over there? Because I was going to go in there and file a complaint because I thought they were connected to the city. She tells me, oh, I'm not with the city, so it doesn't matter what you tell them. I said, got it. She's like, so are you going to stay or are you going to go? I said, I'm going to go. But before I go, I'm going to walk over to that desk, that information desk where that nice gentleman was, and let him know what's happening. I didn't tell her that, but that's what I said, okay, I'm going to walk over here. So I immediately started walking over there, and I put my phone on record. Because at this point, I understand that when we tell our stories, hers is going to be a lot different than what it actually was. So I put my phone on record, and I walk over to the information desk. She's not there yet. I said, hello, my name is Tina. This is all on recording. I have receipts. Said, hello, my name is Tina. I like to voice concern. I was approved for this market. But the woman over there, he says, oh, Nannette. Oh, okay, Nannette, that's her name. Nannette told me I can't be here, that I was never approved. And, I'm approved, but not my trailer. I'm like, can I show you my email? So I start to show the gentleman my email, and she walks up and starts talking like, she's saying things. I don't even know what she's saying. It's all on my recording because I'm talking to the gentleman, but she's over talking me. I said, she's very, she's being very, very unprofessional, being rude to me. And I'm not going to stay, but I want to voice my concern. She's like, I'm going to call my manager. I'm like, okay, call your manager. So she stepped to the side. She comes back a little bit humble and says, oh, there was a mistake. My manager made a mistake. He says he knew you had a trailer, but he didn't tell me. I'm like, well, that's not my problem. I said, now it becomes principle because the way you spoke to me, I don't even feel comfortable being here. Well, you can stay if you want to, or you can go. I'm like, you know what? I drove too far and I worked too hard to not come out here and do what I came to do. So I said, you know what? I'm going to stay. He tells her, oh, put her in the corner. I'm like, put me in the corner? She's like, well, you got to go on the other side. And so anyway, they walk me over to the other side. They put me in the corner, literally. All the vendors are down there, and I got this little spot in the corner, and I just can't believe it. So in the midst of deciding if I'm really going to stay, because now it's messing with me. I'm like, this woman just really disrespected me in the worst of ways. And I'm not really comfortable with that. I don't know if I want to stay at this point. In the midst of deciding that, my vendor friend walks over who happens to speak Spanish and says, when you were walking, she hugs me. She's like, I'm so sorry. I heard everything. When you were walking away, she was talking crap in Spanish. She said, you're very ungrateful. And she said racial slurs. She didn't tell me what the racial slurs were, but she did tell me that she had some nasty things to say. And I want everyone to know that what Nannette with La Puente Live did was unacceptable and inexcusable. And not only am I going to make this video, I'm going to go as far as I can with letting whoever, because I know she answers to someone. She might be the boss over the people at the market, but she has to answer to someone. And I'm going to let whoever it is that she answers to know how she treated me. Whether they do anything with it or not, they're going to know. Because it's not acceptable. I drove over an hour to be at a market that I was accepted at. Not once did you apologize once you got on the phone with your manager and he confirmed that I was supposed to be there. You gave me a, do you want to stay or do you want to go ultimatum? You could have humbled yourself and said, you know what? I got it all wrong. I do apologize. You're welcome here. But no, she chose to be a mean girl. And that just doesn't work for me. So for all my vendor friends out there that are considering La Puente Live Market Night, reconsider. Because if you have to deal with Nannette, you are definitely going to be met with some of the most unprofessional, rude, cold, unconcerned, just awful demeanor ever. She was horrible. She was absolutely horrible. So I hope this helps someone. I definitely needed to vent because I couldn't believe it. And then I had to drive home in all that traffic and didn't even get to work. So as you can imagine, all the gas and all the things that go into being at these events, it's not easy. Excuse me. So yeah, that was my experience. I will be taking this a couple steps further, but I wanted everyone to know about my experience. La Puente Live, Nannette, awful, 100%, unacceptable.